Hey, so today I'm going to show you how to create a website with WordPress step by step. By the end of this video, you're going to have a fully functional and optimized site ready to go. So just buckle up, get some coffee, and let me teach you how to WordPress like a master. And as always, the best discount codes are in the description. Look, since I don't know you and there are hundreds of different projects you could want to build with WordPress, I'm just going to assume that you are a complete beginner. If you're not, then just feel free to use timestamps. I'm going to try not to rush, but if you miss something, the timestamps are there for you. Okay, so let me just answer something that you might not know is even a question. No, not how to use WordPress, but which version of WordPress do you want to use? Yeah. There are two very different versions of this tool, WordPress.com and WordPress.org. WordPress.org is the highly acclaimed open source software that powers over 43% of all websites globally. Yeah, it's popular, often referred to as self-hosted WordPress. This platform requires you to secure your own hosting and domain name, thus the self-hosting part. On the other hand, WordPress.com is a hosting service built on the WordPress.org software. Now, while it offers a free plan, it comes with significant limitations in functionality and customization. To unlock features like plugin and theme installations, you're going to need to opt for higher tier plans starting at $25 a month. If you have the budget and don't want to do any of the self-hosting stuff, you should try out the .com version, but for this WordPress website setup tutorial, we are going to use the free org version as it is the best way to build website. So why are we choosing the org version? Well, we'll have full authority over the website's design and functionality. We can install any plugins and themes to enhance the site's capabilities. We'll own all your content without restrictions. Lastly, we'll be able to scale your site from simple blog to a large e-commerce store. However, with this freedom comes responsibility, okay? You're gonna need to manage hosting, updates, and maintenance all yourself, which is where I come in with this tutorial. But you probably have a question. To manage hosting, you first need to have it, right? So what provider should you pick? So before I guide you on how to create a website with WordPress, let's take a moment to clarify your objectives. A common mistake is diving straight into how to design a WordPress website without a clear vision, often resulting in a lot of wasted time and a site that misses its mark. The simple fact is that not every hosting provider fits every need. So using the wrong tool will not lead to any good results, right? The most common goals for a website could be split into three parts. E-commerce sites for selling products or services, blogs for sharing information and insights, also for building brand awareness, and portfolio sites for showcasing work or projects. Also, I count business landing pages in this category. Of course, it's also common for a website to serve multiple purposes. Defining a primary goal is crucial as it's going to guide your call to action strategies and user navigation. You already know what website you want, but sadly, I can't read minds, so I'm going to show you a process that fits building all three different websites. Now, to build your site with WordPress.org, you'll first need a domain name and hosting. Many website owners often confuse these terms or think they're the same. They're not. Although you do need both to go online, let me clarify. Domain name is your website's address on the internet, like a street address. For instance, you're watching this on a domain name, youtube.com. which is what people type in their browser to find YouTube. Yes, so domain names usually cost around $10 to $15 a year, varying by extension, .com, .org, .net, etc. But just to note that domain names can also cost hundreds or thousands. And before getting a domain, check this renewal price, okay? These can be very different. And we don't want the new price to exceed our budget. Now, WordPress hosting. This is where your website's files are stored. If your domain name is the address, hosting is the actual house where all your content, images, and files reside. There are many types of hosting that we can build a WordPress website for beginners on, including shared hosting, virtual private servers, or cloud hosting. For this video, we're going to go with WordPress optimized shared hosting. So I mentioned that there are different tools for different needs. Bluehost is good for e-commerce, and Ionos can offer super affordable plans for blogs or short-term hosting. Of course, if I'm reading your mind correctly, you might be looking for one provider that does everything. And luckily, there is one provider that I can recommend. You should build a website with WordPress using Hostinger. And I say that for a few reasons. They have a strong reputation as a reliable hosting service, known for their expertise with WordPress, growing by 1 million users per year. Oh, and yeah, getting a full recommendation from WordPress makers themselves. So that should give you an idea of how good Hostinger is. Lots of free stuff, including a domain name, saving you a hassle of connecting a third-party domain registrar. You also get a free SSL certificate, free automatic backups, free professional email, even free domain name protection service. So yeah, it's just part of the free things that you get here. But the biggest reason is affordable plans. Hostinger provides budget-friendly options suitable for new website owners. There are no hidden fees or catches here. You're not going to get surprised or played. And the best part, Hostinger is currently offering you, yes, you, a significant discount on all web hosting. Just click the link in the description or scan this QR code, and we're going to begin this tutorial. All right, moving on. Everybody on the same page? Okay, you should see Hostinger WordPress plans in front of you. So let's proceed with purchasing your domain name and hosting. Click Claim Deal, and once you see the plans, grab the premium plan since it has all that we need currently, and with Hostinger, you can always upgrade to a different plan. All right, that's why I highly recommend that you go with the 48-month billing option. This means that you'll get the lowest monthly price for the longest period of time. However, the discount starts from a 12-month billing option. So you can spend under $40 and get everything your site needs. All right, after picking a plan, of course, we have to choose a new domain name. Aim for a .com domain that reflects your business, is easy to pronounce, spell, and remember. Honestly, one good idea is just to use any Hostinger AI domain generator. So it would generate tons of names and just pick the one that fits your project the most. Now, after selecting your domain, make sure that the coupon code is still active and you're still getting that discount since, things can happen, and then press continue. Create a free account or connect through Google, then create your profile, enter your account details, including name, address, and email. Lastly, add your payment information to complete your purchase. If you have a domain, you'll be prompted to register it. You can do it right now. It's just filling in your legal info. That's it. After you claim your domain, it's going to take time for everything to update, so we can go and start installing your new WordPress website. Hostinger actually has a few different ways that we can install WordPress. We can go through the old school manual way of installation. Probably most people don't even remember that you had to install WordPress manually. Now I feel old. Anyway, you can also use the auto installer option, which is a simple version of that manual install. Or you can be smart and utilize the easy onboarding process. So with the built-in AI tools for quick content creation, this method is really perfect for beginners or anyone looking to set up their site fast. To install WordPress on Hostinger, first go to the website section, click on Create or Migrate a Website, and choose the type of website that you want to create. Of course, for this tutorial, select Create a New Website and pick WordPress as your platform. Next, select your preferred language and enter your new WordPress login details. Make sure to use a strong password for security, some recommendations in the corner. Then click Continue. After that, look for WordPress plugins you want to install automatically and uncheck any you don't need. My recommendation here is simple Google Sitekit and Yoast SEO. Okay? These are a must. Everything else can be installed later on. So once you're done picking your plugins, click Continue. Then, Hostinger makes it convenient by offering you themes or templates to select from the get-go. In WordPress, a theme is a collection of files that dictate your site's appearance and user experience. Think of it as your website's outfit. It determines colors, fonts, layout, structure, and just overall design without altering your content. Now, one of the greatest advantages of WordPress is the vast array of themes available. Whether you're creating a small business site, an online store, or a personal blog, there's a perfect theme in there for you. Now, a thing with WordPress themes is that a lot of them have very good options locked behind paywalls, and you sort of notice these limits once you've created half your site. A few questions to ask yourself: is it mobile friendly? With more than half of web traffic coming from mobile devices, your theme has got to be responsive and look great on all screen sizes. So does it load quickly? A slow theme can negatively impact your search rankings and drive visitors away. And yes, a lot of performance can be impacted by the way a theme is coded and optimized. Some themes can be just outdated or abandoned entirely, and we don't want that since this could lead to security issues down the line. All right, that's why I only use two options, either the Astra theme when I want to have all the plugins and builders already installed, or the 2025 default WordPress theme. For this tutorial, I'm going to go with Astra. Now, once you selected a WordPress theme, fill out a form with your brand, name, and a description of your business. This information is going to help the AI create content for your site. So click continue. And since we already have a domain, choose it, or alternatively, if you're just not sure yet, you can just go with a free hosting or subdomain and connect your normal domain later on. Finally, once WordPress is installed, return to Websites in hPanel and select Admin Panel to access your WordPress dashboard. So your WordPress site should look something like this if you want the default theme, and something like this if you went with Astra. While these default layouts are functional, they're not going to help your website stand out in a crowded online space. Oh, wait, before we move on, I want to show you how to change your theme if you ever need to. Go to Appearance, Themes in your WordPress dashboard, click on Add New Theme. There, you're going to discover over 13,000 free themes in the official WordPress.org directory, including popular options like Sydney, Neve, and Ocean WP. And if that 13,000 is too restrictive for you, you can also buy themes from third-party marketplaces like ThemeForest. So again, with WordPress, you can build anything. Again, just remember what I talked about in the previous section. Make sure it's mobile friendly, has what you need, and is not outdated. Astra perfectly fits all these things, so you hopefully won't need to change anything. So the good thing about Astra is that it comes with page builders already pre-installed. Now, one of my favorite builders is Elementor, but it does have premium version restrictions. So for this video, I'm going to show you how to use the default Gutenberg editor. Oh, also, while we can build from scratch, I do recommend going with starter templates. To do so, go to the dashboard where you're going to see a big button, press that button, and go through setup. It's easy. Just click to get started, skip the info collecting, click continue, and choose whether to go with AI or classic templates. Now, you can just pause this video and go redo your website design, both with AI or without, as many times as you like. Again, the plugin is free, but for today's video, I like to go classical, so click on that option, and on this page, select any template that fits your vibe. Most of these are completely free, but some are premium, requiring a yearly or lifetime purchase of the whole package. And honestly, compared to third-party marketplaces, the prices are kind of tame here. Once you're done, check how your new website looks. Pretty nice. Now let's move on to adding content to your WordPress site. Okay, so WordPress offers two primary content types, pages and posts. Let's explore how to use each effectively. Pages are designed for static, timeless content, such as your about, contact, and privacy policy pages. Think of them as the backbones of your website. They rarely change, and visitors expect to find them easily. It's your bookshelf that's full of different books. Posts, on the other hand, are the books intended for your blog content and appear in reverse chronological order with the newest content first. They are ideal for regular updates, news, or any content that you publish frequently. It's also good when you want to have information just for like a certain time period, maybe a Christmas sale. You don't want to have Easter content during Christmas. The choice between using pages or posts largely depends on your website's purpose. If you're building a straightforward business site, you may only need pages, like a landing page for a local business, which probably doesn't need a blog post. Just location, hours, and a few user reviews. However, if you plan to share regular updates or engage in content marketing, especially to tame the SEO beast, then incorporating posts is not only beneficial, it's a necessary thing for success. Now, by default, WordPress displays your latest blog post on your homepage. Yet many business websites, hell, many simple users prefer a custom static front page or a separate page dedicated to blog posts. Basically, this looks way more professional and appealing than this, even though the content is the same. Now, don't worry, you can easily change your homepage and blog page in your settings. since we're using Astra, our homepage is already set to this custom one, and we've got a lot of demo content already created. This is going to save us time, but the theme that I selected has no blog page. So let's fix that. Look, I recommend starting a WordPress blog, even if you don't plan to write content immediately. Especially now with AI tools, you might not need to write that content entirely, if you know what I mean. You can probably find blog sections in most websites, even if their primary goal is to sell products or services. Blogging just helps establish your expertise, boosts traffic from search engines, and just fosters connections with your target audience. But to add a blog, we first need to learn WordPress page workflow. No need to worry if you don't have a lot of content at first. You can always edit and update later. Okay, adding pages and posts. From your WordPress dashboard, click on Pages, add new for a page, or Posts, add new for a blog post. Both options are going to lead you to the same editor screen. Both look very similar, but you can always tell by looking at the URL right here or by looking at the right side menu. There's going to be either a post or a page tab. Some tips for editing the content itself. Start by adding your title at the top. This is going to be shown to everybody and will be the first thing people see in Google search results. For content, use the editor below to insert text, images, videos, and more. It's fully drag and drop. Select what you want and then just drag it into place. Then customize it either in the pop-up menu or in the right side menu. What's important to understand is that it works in block formatting, meaning by default, any element or block is going to have the full website's width. Of course, you can customize that in the settings later on, but if you want multiple elements, first use a container to create a new structure, then place those elements inside, basically doing blocks inside of blocks. You're going to notice that posts come with additional settings like categories and tags. These tools help you organize your blog content, making it easier for readers to find the information that they need. You can add new categories right now or just choose from existing ones. My advice, make sure a category is going to have enough posts. It can get confusing if you start creating different categories for every single post you make. When you're finished, you can either save your work as a draft to revisit later or click publish to make it live on your website. Not sure which pages to create first? Well, these are going to be slightly different depending on whether you want to build a blog or an e-commerce store. But here are some of the must-haves. Homepage and blog page. I think we covered enough to know that these are a must. The About page is great for explaining who you are or what your organization does. It often includes background information, goals, and what makes you unique. Not exactly necessary, but it is going to boost your site's results if you're blogging or doing some creative work. The contact page provides visitors with ways to reach you, such as a contact form, email address, or social media links. For blogs, it might not be necessary, but for businesses or entrepreneurs, this is a must. A custom 404 page is a page that appears when visitors land on a broken or missing link. It should help them get back to active pages, often with a search box or navigation links. This is going to help you keep your site clean and looking professional. We're going to cover how to add 404 pages with plugins later on. Archives page displays a chronological list or grouped collection of older posts, helping visitors browse your past content easily. Must have for blogs and portfolios, not so much for businesses. Products. Services page describes what you sell or offer, such as physical products, digital goods, or professional services. You probably understand that it's necessary for online shops only. Privacy policy page is important nowadays as it explains how you collect, use, and protect visitor data as required by privacy laws like GDPR. Of course, if you're a blogger and don't collect any personal information, then you can easily skip it. But if you want users to register, you're gonna have to have this page. The terms of service page. This is just a good idea to have no matter what you do. It sets the rules for using your website, including user responsibilities, copyright information, and legal protections. Okay, so now that we know how to work with pages and posts, let's go ahead and create your blog. So go to Pages, create a page called Blog, and publish it. Then go to Appearance, Customize, Homepage Settings, and here you're gonna have the option to select your blog page. Do that, and you should immediately see how that blog will look, with probably a single hello world post displayed there. All right, nice. Now we can customize your site a bit further. Okay, let's start with some essential settings. Your site title and tagline appear in search results and at the top of your website, making them the first things visitors see. To update these, go to Settings, then General in your WordPress dashboard. In the site title field, enter your website's name. Next, in the tagline field, write a short description that summarizes your site's purpose. This is not necessary, but it is going to give a bit more professional feel to your site. So save your changes by clicking the Save Change button at the bottom of the page. So if you plan to have a blog section, it's important to set up your comments section. This helps prevent spam and fosters meaningful discussions, not random nonsense. To do this, navigate to Settings, Discussion, and here you can adjust default article settings to decide whether to allow comments on new posts. You can also choose to enable or disable notifications for comments and moderation. Finally, you can add keywords that are automatically going to mark comments as spam. I also recommend installing the Akismet free spam prevention plugin. It has a super simple setup, so it should be a piece of cake for you. All right, now theme customization is crucial to ensure your site reflects your brand. The specific steps may vary depending on your theme, but typically involve first, site logo and favicon help you set your brand. To activate them, go to Appearance, Customize, find the site identity section to upload your logo and favicon. It's the small icon that appears in browser tabs. I'm going to leave a link in the description for the favicon generator, and if you use Hostinger Logo Maker, you can get both the logo and favicon. So just give it a try. You should have like 5 or 10 free credits to test things out. The next important part is the navigation menu. Still in the customizer, locate the menus section. So if you don't have a menu or you want to change it, you can create a new menu and add pages, posts, or custom links. Just don't forget to set it as your primary menu. But you might also want to change the style of your site. To do so, you can mess around with the color scheme. In the customizer, find the colors section, then choose your site's primary colors that align with your branding. Astra allows you to go for the detailed customization or just pick a predefined color palette, which makes customization a bit easier for beginners. Of course, color isn't everything, so you can add custom fonts as well. Look for the typography option in the customizer. Select fonts that enhance readability and suit your style. Though, just my personal advice, if you use Astra and you don't have that designer's eye, it's better just to leave it alone since, you can make the readability of your content way worse to consume. Okay, next up, customizing the header, footer, and sidebars. Customize these sections to include essential information like contact details, social media links, or a brief site description. The good thing about Astra is that it just comes with a footer and header editor. With the drag and drop controls it offers, you should be able to customize these without any trouble. And here are some other important customizations to consider, like setting your date and time format. So go to Settings and General, scroll down to the time zone settings to choose your local time zone, then adjust the date and time format as needed. I also recommend setting up 404 error pages. You can create a simple page titled Page Not Found and include links to popular posts or your homepage, and then just set it as a 404 page. Or you can install a plugin like Smart Custom 404 Error Page and manage this more easily. Lastly, adding social media icons. Most themes have built-in options for adding social media links. Check the customizer or widgets to add icons that link to your social profiles. Whew, and I think that's most customizations covered. Okay, we're almost done with this WordPress tutorial, step by step. We're getting there. You're probably going to want to install some plugins now, and let me help you here as well. If you plan to install anything not from this list, then ensure the plugin is frequently maintained and look for plugins with positive user feedback. And don't add things that you don't need. Just focus on plugins that address your particular requirements. More plugins equals more load time. Okay, as for my recommended plugins, first, Google Analytics Dashboard for WordPress allows you to connect your site with Google Analytics to track visitor behavior. WP Forms creates various types of forms from contact to payment forms. Yoast SEO optimizes your website for search engines and improves rankings. A very easy tool for beginners. And get WordFence for extra security. Even though Hostinger has very solid security, and in the same regard, you don't need to install plugins for performance since the Lightspeed cache tool is already installed. It optimizes your site and allows you to save on image size. You can find it right here. If it's not active for some reason, go to plugins and turn it back on. Everything else is really just up to you. Go experiment with Hostinger's automatic backups. You can always get your site back, even if you mess things up. Okay, I think that is it for today's very long WordPress website tutorial. Once more, if you need discounts, the best one can be found in the description. I hope that this website tutorial video was clear and that you managed to build a modern WordPress website. If you still have questions or want me to expand on certain parts, do let me know. I always try to make these tutorials as helpful as I can. Oh, also, you can just send that question to Hostinger AI chat assistant Cody. It's really quite smart and is going to help you improve your site further. Okay, so I'd appreciate it if you click like on the video or subscribe to this channel in exchange for this WordPress Guide 2026. So thanks for your time. I'll see you in the next video.